All right, welcome gamers to episode number 6 of the Powerup. I am your host, Nick Kramer.
And I'm Alex.
And, I just want to say welcome to the Powerup. We're not even, you must construct additional pylons can keep you from getting to the next level.
Nice.
Here's what we got going on tonight, guys. You ready for this? We got In the Fray with a great bit debate. And then we got some user questions if you guys have any for us. We're up for answering pretty much whatever. And then we're going to do League of the Week. So let's get popping in the fray. Alex, what are we talking about tonight?
Tonight, in the Great Bit Debate, so if you were following along with us the last couple of weeks, we kind of both had some time to jump up on our soapbox and rant about the wrongdoings of video game franchises and things like that, which kind of brought me to what I felt would be a nice culmination of this month's podcast. You know, so podcast 1, I kind of ranted. Podcast 2, you kind of ranted. So in podcast 3, the topic is going to be franchise sequels who have suffered from
the sands of time.
The sands of time, yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah, you know, so we talked about some franchises before that have gone too long.
Yeah.
And so now we're basically going to both kind of talk about games that we think were very good franchises, but took too long to release games. Mm-hmm. So now we're on the other side of the coin. So that's what we'll be talking about tonight in the Great Bit Debate. Good sir, Great Bit Debate.
Cheers. Cheers to the Great Bit Debate. All right, so the first game we're going to be talking about tonight is the Half-Life series. Okay, so the first Half-Life game, Half-Life,
the orange box.
No, not even the orange box. That was later.
Oh.
But the Half-Life came out in 98. Then Half-Life 2 came out in 2004. Then Half-Life 2 Part 1 came out in 2006. And then Half-Life 2 Part 2 came out in 2007. And now it's 2014, and we have no Half-Life 2 Part 3 or Half-Life 3. And, you know, it's become a joke on the internet where you have people who are like, Half-Life 3 confirmed! Oh my gosh! It's confirmed! And it's just a joke because, like, there is no... I mean, okay, technically, we all know that Valve is working on Half-Life 3. And it's true, because actually just a couple weeks ago, or just last week, they found in the source engine, there's a line of code that refers to a folder called HL3, which could probably be none other than Half-Life 3, unless we can think of an acronym real quick.
No, it's not Half-Life. That is totally not confirmed.
Herpy, Lurpy, Tress. I don't know.
It could be Hill Level 3. It could be, like...
I don't know. I mean, it's sort of not confirmed. Basically.
And
that's why it's a joke. So.
Unless the source code folder said confirmed Half-Life 3
.exe.
Yeah. Confirmed Half-Life 3 March 4th, 2014.
Yeah.
Then I would be like, let's see.
So anyway, we're still kind of waiting on Valve to like, and I guess I haven't looked at all the interviews with Gabe or anything. He did a Gabe Newell, I think. Yeah, he's like the mastermind behind Valve, and he did an AMA on Reddit where he talked about stuff, and everybody was like, Half-Life 3, Half-Life 3, Half-Life 3, Half-Life 3, Half-Life 3, and nobody was like getting any answers from him. So, you know, anyway, so the whole point of this Great Bit Debate is, okay, you know, 2004 Half-Life 2 came out, and then we had the 2 expansions with the promise of the third one, which never came out, and now it's 10 years later. Okay, what's the point of even having a Half-Life 3 after 10 years? Is there a point?
Right.
So what do you feel? How do you feel about that?
Yeah. So the topic of discussion is just that. Let's say that this leaked image of the folder in the source code, it's Half-Life 3. Let's say it comes out Christmas 2014. So we're talking at filming this episode, we're talking, you know, half a year. We get a Half-Life 3, and it can come out on the PC, and maybe we get it for Xbox One and the PS4, right? But the thing is how long has this game been waiting to come out? Mm-hmm. How much hype has been created about this? I mean, there's people, you know, just like you, who have been late to the Half-Life game. I've never played a Half-Life game. I could go out right now, buy all the Half-Lives, play them, and then still will probably not have a Half-Life 3 game by the time I got around to playing all of them.
Yeah.
You know? So what I'm getting at is, there's all this hype, there's all this new, like, a new community being developed in this Half-Life world. I mean, like, every day more and more people are like getting into the Half-Life world and playing it, and then there's the Portal world that also works with Half-Life. So there's this huge lore behind this game, and all these people there's probably like 1,000 fan art scripts out there for like what Half-Life 3 could be, and like, or fanfics, not fan art, but like fanfics and stuff like that. And all I'm getting at is if this came out in Christmas 2014, I bet IGN's rating for it would be around a 5. Around a 5 out of 10.
Because it couldn't live up to the hype.
Because there's no way, if a game takes this long to come out, it's like the same concept of if you wait too long to make the sequel for a Hollywood movie, what's going to happen? Your actors are going to age, or they're going to die. Like the excitement and hype for it is kind of going to grow and then die. And then by the time the core people, like the first people who ever played Half-Life, by the time Half-Life 3 ever going to come out, they're going to be like, whatever, dude.
Yeah, they all have kids by now, and they don't care about video games
exactly.
anymore.
And that's what I'm getting at. Like, the core people aren't going to give a crap because you waited too long. And all you're going to be catering to is like the newly converted fans of the game.
There's another factor in this whole, whatever you want to call it, I don't know, this whole saga, I guess. Mm-hmm. Valve has stated that the Half-Life games, I mean, obviously they're games, they're huge IPs, and they make a lot of money, but they were made to demonstrate different new technologies that they've developed in software-wise. And so, like, Half-Life 1 was like, whoa, we got this, this engine here, and it can do some pretty cool first-person shooter stuff, and obviously it was modified for Counter-Strike, which is a big deal, and I love doing that.
Yeah, Counter-Strike.
So it was modified for Counter-Strike and etc. So that was a big deal. And then Half-Life 2 came out, and that was running on the Source engine, which had realistic physics and etc. And then one of the I don't remember which of the Half-Life episodes came out, but that was demoing a new like lighting engine and stuff. So and obviously they don't talk about it in the game. They're like, hey, I'm Gordon Freeman, and look at these lighting effects. I have my crowbar. Look at how beautiful it is.
These face-eating aliens are really
They're so realistic.
shadowed.
Yeah, they're really well shadowed. Good job, Valve. Wow, I'm so glad to be a part of this.
He just turns the camera around to look at himself, and he's just like, good job, us.
Yeah, and he pats himself on the back, and that's a keyboard command you can use. So anyway, that didn't happen, but
wow.
So, they kind of all had this tech demo thing. And then, this may be conjecture completely, but Portal was kind of a big deal because of the mechanics of that game. That had never really been done in a game before.
Yeah.
So I would say that in and of itself was sort of like a tech demo, although it was obviously a full-fledged game. Now, I can't really tell you what Portal 2 was, if it was a tech demo of anything at all, but regardless, that's not part of the Half-Life universe. So Half-Life 3, Valve has stated that they want it to be perfect and stuff, and I just, nobody knows if it's ever going to come out. And okay, so here's my take on it. You've said that it can't live up to the hype, okay? I feel like, I just don't know how as a company you can just not, like, bring out, because it was funny, Assassin's Creed, we were like, stop it with the sequels! Like, just end it. And then now with this, we're like, come on, where's the sequels? But there has to be a middle ground.
Because the story hasn't been told yet.
It hasn't.
That's the difference.
Yep,
in Assassin's Creed, they could have told the story already. They could have told the story. We're like 6 games into this franchise now. You could stop this is like if you're a little kid and your grandpa is telling you a story, but he suffers from like Alzheimer's, so he's just saying once upon a time for like 5 hours, and you're just like, okay, I'm a little kid and I love you, Grandpa, and I really love this book, but like you read the first page 15 times already. Finish the story, all right? I gotta go to bed.
I love bringing up Assassin's Creed around you.
Yeah. Now with Half-Life, it's the exact opposite. Half-Life, they just like whet your appetite with the first couple of games, and then what? They're just, it's like the old like 1940s where the girls would like lift their skirt a little bit, and like that was all risque. It's like that. It's like the girl just lifts her skirt, except it's nowadays, and we're like, where's the rest of the goods, hon? Where's the? You just lifted your skirt. Let's see. What the heck?
Well, it's really weird that they made the 2 episodes and they were going to make a 3rd episode and then they just didn't. Unless I'm completely wrong about that. Everything I read like this weekend was about, there was going to be a 3rd episode and then it was just assumed that, okay, we're just going to do Half-Life 3 and then, nothing. So, I mean, if it came out, I would be excited and I would play it. And I haven't been around the Half-Life thing since '98 because I was like pretty young back then, to be honest. And but I got it like in the early 2000s ish. I got the orange box when it came out. So I love Half-Life, and I think it's great. And actually, it was really funny how this whole thing came up because I was on the internet and there was some that Evolve game that's coming out for Xbox One and maybe PS4.
Oh yes.
Somebody made a meme on that where it was like about how the Evolve logo confirmed Half-Life 3, which is just like the running joke. It's like they took the colors and did some stuff. Half-Life 3 confirmed. And for some reason that day, I read Half-Life 3 confirmed and I knew it was a joke, but I was like, holy shit, if Half-Life 3 comes out, I haven't even finished Half-Life 2 yet, and I've had that game for like 6 years sitting on my desk. So I logged into Steam and I played through Half-Life 2 and I'm glad I finished it. So now I'm ready. I'm ready for the apocalypse if it ever happens.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, I'll play it, and I hope that it's good, but I'm worried, because having this much time pass between sequels seems kind of dangerous.
Well, and I mean, going off of some of the points you made,
Yeah, okay.
as a I guess closing counter argument to the Half-Life thing, 2 things that popped up. One, you said Half-Life was a benchmark for like the latest in this and the latest in that.
Yeah.
Bring it out now. Are you kidding me? Like, let's talk shop here. We got 4K resolution that just came out.
Whoa.
So you could express that interest. Bring out Half-Life 3, put it for the 4K. All right. The Oculus Rift just came out.
Holy shit.
Half-Life 3 on the Oculus Rift? Yeah, right? Okay. In 4K. I don't give a crap. Like, put them on both. Make it so half the game you got to put the Rift on, half the game you got to take it off and watch it in 4K.
Damn,
all right?
That'd be awesome.
So shut up there, Valve. Like, you have no excuse because we are on the bleeding edge of the next step in entertainment technology, at least in the PC realm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, forget about the console thing. I mean, Half-Life, I believe, was more of a PC game.
It came out for PC first. Yeah,
it was more of a PC game. Anyway, so then just keep it true to the PC. The other thing, too, is the famous last words of any franchise. We want to make it perfect. That's impossible. You will never make a game perfect, ever. Okay? You can't do it. And that's what I'm leading into in my great debate.
Yep. All right. Take it away.
You want to flip me over?
Yes, I will flip.
My great bit debate is Duke fucking Nukem, right? All right. So here's the thing. They also said we wanted to make Duke Nukem Forever perfect. All right. So here's some interesting facts for you guys. Okay. Duke Nukem, the original, was brought out in '91. Had an average rating of 7.5 out of 10. Right? Duke Nukem 2, out in '93. Average rating, 7.7.
Moving up.
Duke Nukem 3D, 96. So for all of you not math people like me, you're averaging less than 3 years for every sequel. This isn't even counting a couple of the spin-offs that they threw in there. Okay, so there was probably a Duke Nukem game every year, if not every other year. Okay?
That's a good rate.
Duke Nukem 3D, average rating, 8.5.
All right.
All right? So they're just on a roll, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, we got the Duke, right? Who doesn't love him? When we were all kids in the 90s, when we were all kids in the 90s, he was all about blowing stuff up, and he was all about, like, hot chicks, and, like, he was the iconic 80s action star that we all loved as kids, right? And we grew up with him, right? 93, 96. You're seeing a picture here, okay? They had a couple of spin-offs in, like, the early 2000s and stuff like that, but then all of a sudden, radio silence, okay? They kept advertising for Duke Nukem Forever. It was actually the number 4 and then the word ever, because that's like, it's like Duke Nukem, right?
It's like clever and stuff. They should have called it 5 Ever.
Right, yeah. But just like Half-Life 3, it was always like, yeah, Duke Nukem Forever, it's coming out, because I read up that they released promotional information for the game in 97, 98, 99, 2001, 2007, 2008, and 2009.
Oh my gosh.
So those are
That's
all of the
ridiculous.
years. Those were all of the years that company said Duke Nukem forever, bro. As in, it's gonna take forever to come out.
That's crazy.
What the shit? Who would do that, right? So then, as a result, it was subject to intense speculation, and yeah, obviously. So, anyways, it finally comes out, like for real. Okay, it wasn't a folder in the source code. They actually said Duke Nukem Forever. We took the 4 off because you guys are all 30 now and you don't like wordplay. So we're just going to put the word forever, right? And they brought it out in 2011. So the last time they publicized it was 2009. So how many years later, 2011, they finally bring it out, okay? Average rating for Duke Nukem Forever, 5.5.
Ugh.
Yeah, it took over a decade to release. And it was the least...
Way over a decade.
It was the worst grossing Duke Nukem game, like worst rated Duke Nukem game ever. Okay? I've seen this, I've played it. It is stupid. It doesn't even deserve a 5.5. Like, I grew up with the Duke Nukem games, and this, it had no idea what it was doing. In my opinion, the best metaphor for Duke Nukem Forever is when you really liked a movie star or an actress when you were a little boy, or a movie actor or an actor when you were a little girl, and you grow up with them having like this huge crush, and then you see them now that we're all in our late 20s and they've gotten like a crap load of plastic surgery to look the same, but it went horribly wrong, and now you're looking at some kind of swamp thing that used to be your childhood crush.
But that's a metaphor for the whole game.
That's a metaphor for Duke Nukem Forever. Like, Duke Nukem 1 through 3D, that was when we were all young and they were cute and like all natural and just doing their thing. And now it's Duke Nukem Forever, and it's like back with its like big collagen lips. It's like, hey guys, remember when you left me in the 80s? I'm gonna Duke Nukem Forever. It's like, first of all, if you play the game, and this has been, I've read this in quite a lot of reviews. If you play the game, it plays like several different genres that it has like been developed through. So, for example, it plays like Halo for a little bit, and then it plays like Doom for a little bit, and you can tell almost sequentially that Duke Nukem Forever was trying to be like, oh, the big thing now is Doom, so let's make Duke Nukem Forever look like Doom. And then, whoops, it took us too long to make Duke Nukem Forever, let's put it back on the shelf. And then 5 years later, Halo 1 comes out, and they're like, oh, hey, there's Halo 1, let's make it look like Halo 1. No, don't start over, let's just finish where we left off. And you kept going. And so it doesn't know what it is, and all I have to say is, like, a huge thing was you could take turds out of the toilet in Duke Nukem Forever and throw them around. Like, Duke Nukem Forever is so realistic, you could take shit out of the toilet. It's like, I don't want to do that.
In the previous games?
No, I mean, you could do dumb stuff in the previous games, but it was like, not that dumb.
They should have had the game itself in the toilet, and you could take it out of the toilet.
Yeah, there should have been a mini game where you try to raise the quality of the game by peeing on it in the toilet. Maybe, I don't know. It was crap, literally, and so what I guess I'm getting at, going back to the main topic of the Great Bit Debate, is I believe this is a cataloged case of a great franchise that took too long.
Yeah.
I mean, Forever, Duke Nukem Forever should have, going off of what we just said with Half-Life 3, it should have been the crowning jewel in the Duke Nukem franchise. I mean, we're talking modern graphics, engines, acting. I mean, look at all these advances we had in technology. I mean, kids are playing them on their flat screens now, and I mean, crap, most of us are mature enough to finally be playing these games. I remember, like, most of the time you had to kind of sneak Duke Nukem into your house, or you had to like know a big kid who could rent it for you and stuff like that. And now we're all finally like actually like old enough to buy the game, and it should have been more enjoyable. It should have been more on our level, and instead, I think it fell short. I think it took too long to come out.
So was it because of? I mean, you obviously had a lot of good reasons why it sucked. But is there any factor in there that it had like that '80s appeal that you just can't get back? you know, or is that really not an issue at all? I mean,
I think it could have. It
Yeah.
could have had.
it could have been pulled off. I'm not saying
It
it's
could have
impossible.
been pulled off.
Yeah.
But going back to that, that reference of, I don't think Duke Nukem Forever knew what it wanted to pull off. So, if Half-Life 3 ever comes out, they should take a page out of Duke Nukem's book in what not to do, not what to do. Because what I think they tried to do was, I think they tried to listen to the last decade of fanboys and complaints. If Duke Nukem Forever comes out this year, it should be like Doom, It should be like Doom, but with the Duke, And so I'm pretty sure these guys tried to do that. They tried to, and then they said, well, what worked for the Duke? Okay, well, he was obnoxious, and he was loud, and he was vulgar. Okay, well, let's make him 50 times that to make up for the last 10 years of not doing that. Gordon Freeman isn't obviously anything like Duke Nukem.
He kind of doesn't say anything
He's
at all.
he's the silent protagonist, but at the same time, don't all of a sudden give him Carrot Top as the voice actor now. Like in Half-Life 3, he's gonna talk, and
That'd be bad. That'd be really bad, actually.
I mean, don't give him anything. Don't
give him a crowbar and let him do his shit.
But don't have a reciprocating crowbar, and don't make him be able to grab crap out of a toilet. Make something that we give a shit about.
You raise a hugely awesome point with the Oculus Rift and stuff. I mean, if Valve cares about a tech demo game that's awesome, do that. Release the next version of the Source engine. Just have the physics even better. I don't know, but man. I want it to be good, and I don't want the story to suffer because of this too. Because honestly, there's a lot of loose ends. There's a lot of lore that hasn't been explored. It could go the Assassin's Creed route. Who knows? I mean,
a thought that just popped into my head. Another page you could take out of the book is the StarCraft universe. StarCraft, old franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, most of the Blizzard games are old franchises. Okay, but StarCraft, they nailed it. Okay, so they had the old PC games, and then 10 years later, they're like, hey guys, StarCraft 2. Same
more
thing.
than 10 years.
Yeah, same thing. We're all just like, we still do StarCraft? That's a thing now? But we were all excited. We're like, heck yeah, I love StarCraft. I'll play StarCraft 2. And they took what works, polished it up, cleaned it, and worked inside of that formula to create an even better version of it.
They really did it right.
So
and everybody loved it. Nobody complained about StarCraft 2. Everybody's like, all right, cool. This is now the next logical step. Let's move to this now.
People really like Blizzard cinematics and storyline. Let's throw some of that in there with updated graphics. Let's,
So there is hope. There is hope.
There's hope, but they have to do it right. But I guess in closing, is there an expiration date on a sequel?
Well,
is there a point in time where no one's going to care about Half-Life 3 anymore?
I think in another 20 years, maybe 10 years. Maybe, you know what, actually, to be real, 5 years. I'd say if they don't do it in 5 years, I don't think anybody's going to care. Seriously. I mean, I really wonder, they should, we should take a poll. No, somebody should take a poll and be like, who cares about Half-Life 3? Seriously.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think.
That meme might be keeping it alive, to be honest. I mean, there's the few people who care. I don't know.
But, it's just the kind of thing how long till this crowd who's so adamant about, Half-Life 3 confirmed, how long till they finally give up on the joke? It's going
to get old soon.
A joke and a meme is only so funny.
Yeah, it's...
for so long.
Whether it's even
I would agree, though. I would agree. 5 years, I would have
Yeah.
actually put the expiration date behind us.
Yeah.
Looking at Duke Nukem Forever, they should have just remastered the first ones.
Mm-hmm.
They should have just updated the graphics and been like, hey, sorry, we're not doing Forever, but
And that would
here,
be-
take a remastered collection of the Duke Nukem series.
You know why they can't let it expire, though, or why they won't? Because the end of Episode 2 for Half-Life 2 is a total cliffhanger.
Yeah.
A big prominent character dies right at the end,
But at the same
and
time,
you still don't know what
what's
happens.
Valve doing? At the same time, what are they doing?
They're doing a lot of stuff, though, man. They
Are they
have
really?
a Steam box that they're working on getting that coming out, They,
You know what would be a
Probably
great
do
launch
it.
title for the Steam box?
yeah. See? And shit, maybe they'll do something crazy like that. You'll wake up and Half-Life 3 will be under your pillow, and you won't even know how it got there. And it'll
Gordon
just be this
Freeman
sweet-
Fairy.
Yep.
He just has crowbar wings and he just like
That'd be terrifying.
he just takes a gravity gun and just shoots the game right under your pillow. Sucks your whole bed up.
The sniper gravity gun.
Sucks you and the whole bed up into the gravity gun and then just sets it down and then just shoots you back and you never wake up. It's really weird.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
Technology.
Half-Life 3, Christmas. Look for it.
Yeah. Let's hope so. So anyway, that was our great bit debate. Nice job.
Indeed.
I enjoyed that quite a bit.
And we remained chivalrous.
Chivalrous and very classy, and we didn't punch each other this time.
Yes.
So, all right. Next, we're moving on to our last segment, League of the Week.
League of the Week.
All right. So Alex, who do you think League of the Week is this week?
I have officially passed the torch for this week onto you. I feel like the viewers are sick of hearing me talk about the old League of the Week.
All right. So I'm gonna take it over this week. This week's League of the Week is. Could you do that? I got
on it. Yep.
Okay. Vault Dwellers.
Nice.
Woo! All right. So here we go. We played Mario Paint this week, and we really wanted to highlight Vault Dwellers because they were the only league where 2 people got to the last level of Mario Paint Fly Swatter. And it was Mr. Sneaky Tiki and Kulu Limpa. And they both made it to level 3. And it was really exciting to watch because, I mean, like, it's not easy to get to level 3. Or at least it wasn't for me. I did not make it there. We also want to give an honorable mention to Brotherhood because Winko5 and Brotherhood made it to level 3 as well. And he also won that.
Shout out. Yep.
Yeah. But anyway, if you go and watch the video on YouTube, you see some crazy techniques when these guys are playing through it. It's definitely. I mean, I guess this is kind of like the boring part of the video right here. Is there any way we could fast forward that?
Yeah.
You just keep talking. All right. So anyway, I don't know if anybody's played this game before, but it is really, really fun, and you can kind of tell that like Mario. This is like the twinkle in Mario's eye for like WarioWare or something like that, because it's got that simplicity. And it's just got that appeal, that addictive appeal in this game. Like, you just want to play it over and over again. And I had a lot of fun playing this in my league. But anyway, you have the basic rules. You have these flies that come out. They try to get you. They're like that. And you have to beat this big boss bug at the end, who we named Ben. Of course. We named him Ben because somebody was like, in our league. No, it wasn't in our league. It was in Foxhound, I think. And, somebody was referring to someone else in the league, and they were like, Ben, do this, but his name isn't Ben. And so I was like, oh, he was talking to the bug on the screen, right? You're trying to talk to the bug? Okay, so anyway, we named him Ben the Bug. And so that's a fun side story.
Ben the bionic bug.
Ben, yeah, since it does
look like a robot bee of some sort.
Some kind. But anyway, congratulations to Vault Dwellers. You guys did awesome.
First time.
And Mr. Sneaky Tiki took it this week, and he's been really doing just fantastic all season. And so we want to give a shout out for him because he's freaking rocking it, and we like to see that.
Shout out in general to the Vault Dwellers because they are the newest kids on the block as far as Gamer Gauntlet goes.
Yep.
They were created last minute.
Yep. We were like
this season. Yeah. So they are the youngest league, and they've been honorable mentions almost all season. But every time just barely getting beaten out by other leagues. Or as the week progressed, there was an obvious better league, but still, it was every week. It was like, okay, so far I'm like Vault Dwellers,
Well, this game really had a really solid indicator of like the progress and ability of the gamers because like each level is like progressively harder, and there's only 3 levels. If you beat level 3, that's it. You beat the game, and Sneaky Tiki did it. So.
But it's easier said than done.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it gets intense. And plus, there is the hardware challenge portion of it where the mouse doesn't really work the best because it's freaking old. We did our best to clean them up with our, expertise and this thing.
So we're playing with the old,
I'm using this for the real computer.
Old like scroll wheel.
Yeah, the
dual
old
click
school mouse.
So you're not working with like 1500 DPI laser guided mice anymore. You got the old. This was
you got
the
1
80s,
DPI.
son.
It's a ball. You got one DPI. It's just a big ball in there.
This was balls. This was the era of the balls.
It was balls, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that is the League of the Week, and that is our podcast. Is there anything else we got to talk about?
We just gotta shut this baby down.
All right. Well, next week we have something really special for you. We're going to be doing a now playing. We're going to be playing games. We're going to boot up a game. We have to decide what it's going to be. If you have any requests or suggestions, let us know on our Facebook page. We're going to be doing live broadcasting of a game. We're going to be doing some casting. It'll be kind of just a fun, different thing that we haven't done yet. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah. So if this goes well, we will we'll probably be doing these. Depending on the length of the month, we'll probably be doing these maybe once a month. With this month being a little bit longer, we usually do 3 casts, but we got that random 4th week, so we decided to we decided to relax it up a little bit this week.
Hey, I'm cool with it. It'll be a nice gaming break, because we love gaming. We talk about gaming, and how often do we get to game? It's yet to be seen. But anyway,
Exactly.
All right. So anyway, that closes up everything. This has been the Power Up with Alex and Nick. I would like to thank Lunchables and viewers like you.
We're not even sponsored!
For making our podcast possible. Thanks, and have a great week, gamers.
See you later.